No, it's filming the screen. So, yeah, so this is what the other class did. So essentially, so you guys know what an animated GIF is? Have you heard the term GIF before? Okay, look, a GIF is an image, okay? It's an image format like a JPEG is. So if we just go to the blog here. So, yeah, it's exactly like Vine, except the difference is this is very old. GIFs have been around for a long, long time, okay? And they were originally just one image, and then people started to use them to make these animated images, and they started to add text to them, and they made them into like... Exactly, so what they did is people made these images, and so what it is, a GIF is just a selection of images within one image, and it just repeats it, okay? And so it became a bit of a meme. Now, have you guys heard of that term before? Yeah. Can anyone explain it to me? With PG rating. Oliver?
It's like it can either be a popular internet reference or something from a movie.
Yeah, exactly. I think the first, you probably nailed it on the head at the start. Kind of, the internet is probably the main kind of thing. So yeah, it's an internet reference. It's kind of like a little, a gag that kind of spreads on the internet really, really fast, Sarah. Spreads on the internet really, really fast. Everyone uses it, forwards it around, and then sometimes it might stick around or it might disappear. So one example we used in the other class was this thing called Rickrolling, which was around a while ago.
Oh,
yeah.
And you have to watch it till the end.
Yeah. And so what it was essentially somebody would send you an email, and at the end they'd say, oh, you've got to click this link, it's showing something really important, and you would click it, and it would go to that really annoying song.
What song?
You're never gonna... oh, wait, I'm not going to sing. Maybe... Alright, let's... For the sake of... For the sake of reference, let's do it. And so,
like you're typing in like, oh, they found a cure to AIDS. Click on here.
yeah, and it would then direct you to this. All right, and that's all it was. 67 million views. So there's really no point to it, but that's what they did, and so you were rickrolled. All right, it's terrible. It wasn't. It was like super popular in the, I don't know, 70s, 80s. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay, so that was a meme, okay? That was an internet meme, so it was really popular, everyone did it, and they kind of got over it. So GIFs get used for that as well. They're a way to kind of send something on the internet and explain something or a little topic or a phrase and send it around. So you're going to do this stuff on the blog over the weekend, so I'll send it to you later. So one of them that's really been popular is this thing called Deal With It. All right, and this meme, essentially, what it was you would, as it says here, it kind of explains exactly what it is. So Deal With It, it's a simple image of someone wearing pixelated sunglasses, and that's all it is. So something happens, and they wear some sunglasses, and it says Deal With It. And that's the meme, and that's what you send around. Exactly, and that's it. But for really weird stuff, like, if I click this link here, it's going to show you a different one. Oh no, it's going to show you that one. I'll just see if I can find some other ones. But there's hundreds of them out there, okay? Let me quickly go back. Let's go to 3 and 4. Now, I vetted these, so hopefully they're PG. Yes, all right. So, building falling down. Like, that makes no sense. But that's one of them. There's another one there. I don't know. Just weird. Okay. But these are all made with animated GIFs. Okay. So let's go back here. So that's what you guys are going to do today. You're going to make your own animated GIF. Now, like we said at the start, so an image can tell 1,000 words, right? But if you've got, say, 3 or 4 images that are animated, you can tell a few more words.
3,000 words with 3.
Thank you for the maths, Amy. On the money there. 1,000 times 3 is 3,000. All right. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to make one of these animated GIFs, okay? And it's really, really simple to do. And again, you might use it to just, I don't know, as a bit of a joke or to explain something. But it's, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 frames, and they move. There's a bit of animation there, and something's going to happen. So I'm going to show you how to do that really, really quickly. All right? So pay attention to what I show you here, and then I'm going to let you go and see what I did there with the Rick rolling, but I'll never let you go. Boom. Well, no laughs. I'll add them in later. Thank you. And you're going to make your own animated GIF. So like you saw in those examples, last class, these guys did something like this. Aaron just was rolling across his chair. There's a few others that a few of the guys need to resend me some stuff because they didn't send them right. There's Paris's. Oh, no, sorry, Paris. Kai's. There's Jack's.
Golly!
Okie dokie. And anyway, you get the idea. And I'll show you. What have we got? There's a few more. Anyway, so that's what you guys are going to make. So this is how we make it. Scarlett, this is focus time, all right? So really, really simple. New Photoshop file here. Okay, and what you need to do, Scarlett, no more talking now. What you need to do is you open this timeline down the bottom here. So if you haven't got a timeline down here, you need to go Window and make sure timeline has a tick next to it. It's the first thing you need to make sure you're doing. Oliver, you need to make sure you're paying attention to me as well. All right. Once you've got your timeline up here, you're ready to go. So we need some images to animate. So in the last class, Rose took some photos for me. I'm just going to switch this so I can see which ones to pick. All right, Rose took a couple of photos for me of her using her coin purse and taking out a coin. There we go. All right, so I'm going to open those. So I've got about 6 images here. Okay. Now remember in our last class how we had to use layers, and to do that we needed to copy and paste. All right. So there's one layer with one image. So then you go to the next image and Control A to select it all. Okay. Okay. So select it all, copy it, and then go back to that first one and paste it in. Okay. Now you've got the 2 layers there, right? We know that. We did that last time. Piece of cake. And then we want to go back into this one. Select it all, go back to our first one, paste it in. All right, select that image, copy that, back to that one, and paste it in, eventually, there we go. And select it. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just basically copying every image and then putting it back.
All into the one.
Yes, all into the one, that's right. All right, and then we'll edit. Copy that. And then we put it in there. Okay, so now we can get rid of these. We don't need these. So now and I don't need that. Now in here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So our image, animated GIF is going to have 5 frames. Okay, and now we need to make a new one. So you can see here it says create frame animation. It might say create video timeline. Okay, if it does, just click it and make sure it says create frame animation. And then you click that. And there you go. And now you see you've got 1 frame down here. And that frame is showing you what you see on the screen right now, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so this is how this works. You know how layers work? So whatever's on the top is what you see, right?
Yep.
Cool. So if we hide all those, now that becomes our first layer. All right? And now I want to make another frame in my animated GIF. So I click down here and I click new frame. And it makes a new frame. Okay, but you can see it's the exact same image on that frame because that's the only one I can see. So if I click frame 2 and I click the eye, all right, it's now chosen a different frame. All right, or if I click, say, that one there, it's now chosen that. So if you look at frame 1, it has that image. Frame 2, it now has that image. Okay, if I do another frame and then I say show that one, now that's on that frame. Okay, so now I've got 3 different frames and I do one more. And then I'm going to show that one. So if I play that, and we just make sure it loops, because that's another thing with those animated GIFs, they always loop. They don't just play once. They always loop over and over and over, and that's what drives you nuts. Okay, so you've got to make sure it's on forever, and then we can choose how long they go for. We'll say 0.2, and then if I hit play, that's all it is. So it's just showing those different frames, it's going through it, and it's just hiding and unhiding this. Okay, so really, really easy, but we need to add some text to this, okay? So it's as simple as, again, doing a new layer. We can go into our text, and what do you want to type?
I have more money than you.
Okay, I'm sure that's...
Biscuit! Richest kid in summary. Yeah, richest kid in summary, that's me. I have
let's try and not be, like...
No, but we're from Sunbury, so
No, because I'm recording. What else can we
Just
write?
kidding, cast mine, so I'm the only kid in cast mine.
What else can we write?
I will take your money.
Okay, I will take biscuit.
I'll take your biscuit.
Why are we doing biscuit?
That's
I know there's an I in biscuit. Fine. Let me change this then. Oh, I made a typo. Thanks for telling me. You all get a F. Okay, so that's what we've got now, and that's what's going to stay. Alright. There we go. We now have that, which you'll all remember. Alright, so we'll just make that a little bit smaller. Alright, come on. I'm typing, filming, talking at the same time. I can make a typo. Alright, so now we've got our text, and it's sitting there over at the top of everything. So what we can do is, if we want it to flash, again, for instance, we go to the second frame, and we just turn it off. We hide it with the eye, and now it's gone. And then we'll go to the fourth frame, and again, hide it. And now if I play that, so it's really simple. So this is just a frame, is a snapshot of what is on the screen. So whatever is on this Photoshop bit here is what it takes a snap of, okay? So we can also animate and make stuff move, like those glasses. So if I go here, and on that frame, I'm going to put it down there. Okay? Yep. On this frame, I'm going to move it there, and you can see it's changing. On this frame, I'm going to move it there, and then on this frame, I'm going to move it over there. Alright? And now, if I play that, I made a mistake, and it's all the way off the front. Alright, there we go. And now if I play that, you can see it moving. Okay? Scarlett, that bottom line there's for you. So, I've only done 4 frames, and I've done it very quickly, obviously. So, this is why it's called an example, Scarlett. Alright, and that's what you can do. You can make it move. You can add other stuff in there too, like I might on the very last frame, just to reinforce what Scarlett's going to get now for making fun of me. I might put that there.
Make it massive, like
Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now, that's on all the frames. Okay, so we need to go back and make sure on this frame that F is hidden. On this frame, it's hidden. But on this frame, it's turned on. Okay? Oscar? Paying attention? Awesome. So, when I play that, and there it is. And now, that's our animated GIF. Now, obviously, Angus, our GIF here kind of doesn't make a great deal of sense. It will to Scarlett very shortly, though. But you will create something that makes a bit of sense. You're going to use your iPads, okay, and you're going to take photos however you want. You saw, say, you saw what the other guys did, like Aaron was kind of rowing across on his chair, okay? So make some kind of little gag up, some little story. Make up some little gag or some little story. Oscar, please. Make up some little gag or a little story that you can tell in like maybe 5 to 8 frames. Not too many because we haven't got a great deal of time. And what you also need to do is put some text on it, like I have, and you need to make something move. You need to animate something in there. I know some of the other guys did like a ball flying across and all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really simple to do that. And then finally, to save it, this is important. You need to go save for web. That's really important. Okay, so you save for web, and then this will come up. All right, and now, Oscar, and now you've got to be, like, if you're going to, like, play around, you should at least hide. You're at the front row. It's not the greatest move. You need to make sure it's a GIF. Okay, you need to make sure this is a GIF, and bring the size down so it fits in the screen, because that's a huge photo. So I'm just going to bring that down. Still quite big. Let's bring it down. Okay. And so what a GIF does, okay, is it takes color out to make the file smaller. So if you have a look here, it's 419 kilobytes. But if I change these colors and say make it 256, it's a lot bigger, but it's a lot more detailed. That's how GIFs work. They're really old. Like a GIF, as in a file format, was when they first had the internet. Okay, so they're a really old image format. So that's why the quality's not very good. You guys use JPEGs now, which is a much better quality and a much smaller file size. But these use GIFs. Okay, so bring it down to, I don't know, 64 colors. Because they have that, like everyone knows it's an animated GIF when they see this kind of, you know, banding and stuff. Alright, and bring it to a size that's reasonably small so you can email it. I still think that's way too big. There we go. That's good. So it's small. We've got 64 colors. If you have a look down here, we've got 4 frames and it loops forever. If I test that out, it'll be pretty slow and that's it there. And now if I save that, it saves as animated GIF and I'm just going to call it GIF2. Done. And now I can put that on the internet, I can email it, and everyone will see that looping animation. Okay? So, how much time do we have left?
An hour.
An hour? Plenty of time. So, what you have to do in this 1 hour, Oscar, everyone, and it needs to be done before we leave this class today. Luckily, you lucky guys have lunch backing right into this class. No, you have lunch backing right into this class, which means you've got some buffer time, but I'm sure you want to go to lunch. So, 100 minutes is plenty of time. So you need to, guys, you need to, think of what you're going to do. What can you do in 6 frames, okay, that might be a bit interesting or funny. 2, 6 to 8. 2, guys, is take those photos, use your iPad, email them to yourself. 3, bring them into Photoshop, all into one layer. And 4, create your animated GIF. And 5, email it to me. All right, let's go.